how is everyone doing? I think we're in a perfect time to answer a very important question. Do Polish people hate Russians? It's a good time because we're facing a Russia-provoked war, or open conflict at least, in eastern Ukraine that most of our part of Europe is very worried about. And the question, do Polish people hate Russians? Do you hate Russians? Is something I've been asked a lot by Russians around the world, especially in the United States. And the question is somewhat provoked by the media in Russia and politicians in Russia that would like the Russians to believe that we have some inborn feature of disliking them. Now, to answer it, of course, the answer is never clear no or clear yes. But a distinction that you need to understand is a distinction between the Russian nation and the Russian state. It's a distinction between the society and the leaders of the society, because this distinction is crucial to understand the problem that we face here. Now, most of the Polish people, of the Polish thinking people, understand this distinction very clearly. If you want to have a look at the unthinking Polish people, you can check out the links that I attached, or Google Poland-Russia Euro 2012 riot. These are the riots that happened just before the Poland versus Russia game at the European Championships in football 2 years ago, and they were pretty heavy. And they were also covered by the media around the world to kind of exacerbate this idea that people have that the Poles hate Russians. Now, the Polish people and the Russian people really have many more similarities than differences. We have an intertwined history. We have a common sense of liking and disliking certain pieces of art, certain ways of behavior. We have, I guess, two most crucial and most characteristic features of the Slavic nations that we share, which is hospitality. Polish hospitality is second to none, and I think the Russian one is also of a very high standard. And the propensity to party without limit, which it is a pretty good feature anyway, right? Now, we also share with Russians the negative things that Slavic people have, which is a chaotic nature, which is an inability to organize things in a very good, professional, structured manner. We face problems like corruption that are prevalent in Central and Eastern Europe. Of course, we are now the members of NATO and the EU, European Union. So we're, as a state, we're in a better shape state-wise. But nonetheless, similarities are way bigger than differences. And this is where the second part of the equation comes into place, which is the state, which is the politics, which is the authorities. We do hate and fear Russian authorities. We do fear Russia as a state. Because as a state it is extremely unpredictable and irresponsible. And in the international politics, this is a problem. And of course, historically, we know what this could mean. On September 17th, this year, 2014, we will have the 75th anniversary of the Soviet Russia's invasion on Poland, right at the beginning of the Second World War II. The story is the Nazi attacked on September 1st, and then based on a secret protocol that Soviets signed with the Nazi, the Soviets attacked from the east on September 17th. We call it historically the stab in the back, because it was the final nail in the coffin of the Polish nation at that time, at the very beginning of the First World War. And of course, Poland was a satellite state of the Soviet Union for almost 50 years, starting from 1945 to 89. So historically, yes, we are afraid of the Russian state, and it is a fear that is very intertwined with huge hatred. But it's important to understand this distinction. We have no problem with Russians as people. Russians are fun-loving, hospitable, nice people that are sometimes manipulated into thinking that we hate them and we have some inborn feature of hating them. And by the way, Russian media do it about many nations, also the Baltic nations like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Ukraine as well. The war in Ukraine is massively about propaganda and about the black PR that the Russian mainstream government media are experts at, unfortunately. So there's the social nation part, which is very cool about Russia, and then there's the state part, which we do hate and we fear at the same time. And we really hope this could change, because the nations of Poland and Russia really deserve a better connection and just more brotherhood, if you will. Although it's a very deep word for a situation that we're facing right now. Now, to finish off my short explanation to you in a nice fashion, I have a Russian product that I enjoy particularly, and it's not only Smirnoff, it's also Vladimir, which is a well-timed name, isn't it? And by having a little toast to an improved relationship between the Russian nation and the Polish nation, I'm going to let you go, thanking you for watching. And I know it's a heavy topic, but I think it needs explanation. We Poles like Russians, or at least are neutral about Russians as a nation, and we hate the Russian state, the Russian statehood, the Russian politics, and the Russian authorities. If the Russian nation changes its leaders, we're gonna have a good fun together and a lot of Polish-Russian weddings. Cheers, guys. One more thing. Polish girls are beautiful, but I think nothing beats the Russian girls. And my dream for the future is to live at least 1 year in Moscow and enjoy the parties and the women that come with these parties. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.